Okay. Good morning, Pat.
Morning, sir.
How are you, Clive?
I'm fine, and you, sir?
Fine, thank you. Mr. Gary, how are you?
I'm okay, sir. How are you?
I'm all right, thank you. I can only see two so far. Oh, okay. Humphrey, how are you?
I'm good, sir. How are you?
I'm all right, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Humphrey, you've been missing in action. What has been happening?
In action, I was present last week.
And the other week,
The other day, I was present, but my battery went off. My phone went off, so I missed
okay.
yeah.
All right, no, good to have you.
Okay, sir.
Mr. Ray, how are you?
I'm fine, thanks. How are you this morning?
Fine, thank you.
Sharp.
How is it there?
Today is warm, in fact, hot.
Okay.
It's blowing up all the moisture we had received with the recent rains.
I see. You see,
Mm.
they say the geographical reason is that weather is not static, huh?
Sorry?
Can change at any point in time.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We are missing one person, Precious. Okay. So can someone remind us, where did we end from last week? Anyone to remind us? What were we looking at last week? Okay, so our sister here has just reminded us that we were looking at attributes of a good legal system. So what did we say are some of the good legal system? What did we say are some of the attributes of a good legal system? Yes, sir? Okay. So he's saying a good legal system should be accessible. Colleagues online, do we agree with it? Mr. Gary, Ray, Clyde,
Yes.
Humphrey, are we there?
No, that's fine. Another attribute of a good legal system is certainty. A
Certainty.
transparent
Very
and
good.
predictable system of the laws that allows people to regulate their conduct with certainty, to conduct
Very good.
themselves with
Very good.
certainty.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Mr. Ray. So there should be certainty of the law. Yes, Shalom? Very good. A good legal system, in short, it should protect the interests of the people, the basic human rights of people. Yes, sir? Hmm. Okay. Thank you so much. So your reasoning is in line with Mr. Ray's reasoning. Okay, colleagues, I made mention last week to say we're going to proceed and look at the legal profession. Okay? So today we are looking at the legal profession. Now, this topic, the legal profession, to me it sounds like repetitions of what we have been doing. And so we are not going to waste much of our time on this topic because in short will just be more like revising. Okay? So from there we are going to proceed to another topic so that today we tackle two topics. And in their sequence, these two topics are more like repetitions. So we'll handle two topics today. Are we together? So the legal profession is a career path that involves the study, development, and application of law. The legal profession is a career path that involves the study, development, and application of law. Are we together? So legal professionals are qualified to practice law in specific jurisdictions and are responsible for upholding and enforcing the law. Legal professionals are qualified to practice law in specific jurisdictions and are responsible for upholding and enforcing the law. So I'll give a practical example. Here is someone who has done law, and that person has been practicing, for example, in the UK. Do you think that person can practice law in Zambia? Yes, madam? Mm. Okay. Okay. So our lady told, she's saying she thinks that person can practice law in Zambia if they have taken some exams here in Zambia. Did you say that? Or I'm adding to your, contributing to your statement? No. Okay, so that's what she's saying. If that person has done some studies in Zambia, for example, that person has gone through ZIAD in order for one to begin practicing. So, a person who has done law in Zambia and that they've been admitted to the bar, okay, they cannot go and practice law or stand and represent a client in another country because of the what? The jurisdiction. So they have actually to take some courses or some practice in that particular country if they are to qualify to represent the clients. That, however, does not bar anyone from giving legal advice to anyone or to someone. Are we together? Is it making sense? So a lawyer will remain a lawyer. They will give advice. They can work anywhere. What they cannot do in other jurisdictions to stand before the court and represent the client because they belong to a certain state or country. Mr. Ray, are we together?
Yes, sir.
Okay, we proceed. So the legal profession has its origins in ancient Greece and Rome. Okay? So the legal profession has its origins in ancient Greece and Rome. In modern times, the legal profession is divided into various branches, including barristers, solicitors, conveyancers, notaries, and canon lawyers. Now, the work of a lawyer can vary depending on their area of practice and the legal system. The work of a lawyer can vary depending on their area of practice and the legal system. What do we mean? So, for example, there are lawyers that have confined themselves, for example, to criminal matter, and they are good when it comes to criminal matter because that's what they know best. There are lawyers that deals with land matters or land issues. It means they are good in that area. They have confined themselves in that area. There are lawyers that deal with constitutional matters, purely constitutional matters, and they are good in that area. For example, our own lawyer here in Zambia, John Sang. John Sang deals with constitutional matters. Any breach of the constitution, where he feels he can contribute, he will add words. So there is a specialty in some way that people will go or venture into in order for them to do the right things and advise their clients accordingly. Are we together? So some of the tasks that lawyers perform include representing clients in court, I'm sure that's the most common thing that we all know is representing clients in court. Advising on business transactions. You know, you can visit a law firm and seek for guidance. How can I go about this transaction? If you want to do the right thing, or the correct thing. Okay. Protecting intellectual property and ensuring compliance with laws and regulations. Are there questions so far? So, what do you need? Sorry, yes, madam? Yes. Yes, you can. There is no problem. There is no problem at all. You realize that there is a lawyer who today is handling a criminal case or a criminal matter. Tomorrow, the same lawyer is standing before the High Court handling a civil case. You get the point? Are we together? So there is no problem. A lawyer can handle different matters in different fields. But there are lawyers that have confined themselves to certain matters. For example, lawyers that have confined themselves to criminal matters because that's what they can do best. But that does not mean they cannot handle a land dispute case or a civil case. They can. Clear? Good. So what do you need to become a lawyer? So what you need to become a lawyer is simple. What you need to become a lawyer is what you are doing now. What are you doing? You are studying law. You want to become a lawyer. Are we together? So you obtain a law degree. Okay. What else? Yes, sir. You take the bar exam. Very good. For example, you go to Ziari. If you want to be practicing. So, if you have done a law degree and perhaps a master's in law, or even just a law degree, and then you have not gone to GI, that does not mean to say you are not a lawyer. You are still called a what? A lawyer. But what you can't do is to stand before the court and represent the client, because you have not been admitted to the bar, or you are not practicing. Is it okay? Colleagues online, are we together? Hello? Mr. Agrippa.
Uncomfortable cruise, sir.
Mr. Ray, you saying?
I said we are on a comfortable cruise, sir.
Okay. Can we proceed? Okay. We proceed. Now, under the legal profession, you realize that there will be different types of people in different fields. Okay? For example, baristas, judges, solicitors, etc. So, those are the people that we are looking at now. So, we start with baristas. Who is a barista? Now, baristas are legal advisors and courtroom advocates. Baristas are legal advisors and courtroom advocates. Baristas put legal arguments to judges, magistrates, and juries. Baristas put legal arguments to judges, magistrates, and juries. You know, they cross-examine the witnesses. Do we know witnesses? Do we know who witnesses are? Who is the witness? Huh? Someone is saying a witness is someone who witnessed a what? A crime enacted. Okay, that's good. A crime, but should it only be a crime? Okay, that's good. Another one? Yes, madam, want to come? Okay. Okay. So what do witnesses do? Mr. Gary, what do witnesses do?
Hello?
Mr. Gary. Mr. Gary has gone to sleep.
Yes, hello, sir.
There is a question. What do witnesses do?
They are called to testify in court in relation to a particular case.
Very good, Mr. Gary. So witnesses are called upon to testify in court in relation to a certain case that they have information to. Because you cannot go to court and testify over a case that you do not know about. Thank you so much, Mr. Gary. So, baristas typically have no direct contact with the public. They have no direct contact with the public. They appear in court when instructed by a solicitor. Are we together? Baristas appear in court when they are instructed by a solicitor. So, only baristas or qualified solicitor advocates may represent clients in the higher court. only baristas or qualified solicitor advocates may represent clients in the higher court. So what we need to know is baristas are highly trained courtroom advocates. Are we together? Baristas are highly trained courtroom advocates. Clear? Dealing with the majority of serious and high-profile court cases. So can we give examples of serious cases? And by the way, I'm sure you are doing criminal law, right? Are you? Are we able to tell what a serious crime is and a less serious crime or offense? A felony or... So in this case, we are saying baristas deal with the felonious offenses or crimes, because those are serious, isn't it? Good. Now, judge. We've heard of judges, isn't it? A judge, a judge. So both solicitors and baristas may be appointed as judges. Both solicitors and baristas may be appointed as judges. So for your own information, these judges and magistrates that you see in this court here in Zambia in particular, a lot of them are practicing law now. Way back, a judge would sit as a judge and yet they do not practice. But nowadays, they've been encouraged to go to Ziade to go and practice law. Why? Because they have to be understanding the law clearly better than anyone else. Because they will be interpreting. They will have to research and eventually pass a what? A judgment. Are we together? So judges decide legal cases in certain circumstances. Judges decide legal cases in certain circumstances. Or if a trial involves a jury, judges rule over the proceeding to ensure fairness and that the jury has arrived at their decision in the correct way. Is that okay? So the Judicial Appointments Commission selects candidates for judicial office on merit. They will not be selecting judges because they know them or because they are friends. They are selected or appointed on merit. Someone who has done a law degree, they qualify. You will not go and get a judge who has done accounting and finance. What are they going to adjudicate on? Numbers? Mr. Ray, are we together? Yes, madam. Okay, so there is a question here. For someone to qualify as a judge, do you just need a law certificate or degree or master's? That's our question. So, in the early days, in the early years, magistrates would be any other people or persons that expressed interest in the job. That's how they were appointed. You apply, you are lucky, you are picked and then taken for a training. You get that point. Any other person, provided that you have a proof certificate, you apply with want to be magistrate. Then you'll be picked and taken for a training. No. Then from there, if you pass those trainings, then you become what? A magistrate. It starts from there. Those days. Are we together? Now, these days, there is a requirement for one to become a judge or a magistrate. They must have a degree, a law degree, not a degree. Okay? To some extent, they will even further say that person should be practicing law, or one who has gone through what theory and that they have passed. Those are the people that are now representing us as judges, magistrates in these courts of law. Have I answered your question? Thank you. So we look at quickly low cost draftsman. Low cost draftsman. Draft or draftsman. Okay? Low cost draftsman. So low cost draftsman means ensure that a firm's clients are properly charged for work undertaken on the client's behalf. Are we together? Low cost draftsmen ensure that a firm's clients are properly charged. Low cost draftsmen ensure that a firm's clients are properly charged for work undertaken on the client's behalf. For work undertaken on client's behalf. So in short, what we are saying, in some instances, they represent clients in court when there is an issue over cost money. Huh? Yes. Legal secretary. Who is the legal secretary? So, for example, in an office, a mayor office, not a law firm, you realize that there is a secretary, is it? So those duties of the secretary, in some way, are the same duties that a legal secretary carries. So legal secretaries provide secretarial and critical support to solicitors, barristers, and the law court. Legal secretaries provide secretarial and critical support to solicitors, barristers, and the law court. So in short, they are helpers of the barrister or the solicitor in all level, or even the lawyers themselves. In short, the lawyers, they are helpers to the lawyers. So today you have a case. You go at a certain law firm. The first person that will attend to you is a secretary called the legal secretary. So the legal secretary will know if the lawyer has some time to spare and talk to you or not. The legal secretary will schedule for an appointment to talk to you. The legal secretary will always give you those reminders. Oh, today you are supposed to appear before the court. or you're supposed to pay such an amount to meet these people demands or needs, etc. So they act, in short, as secretaries. All the secretaries, they do that. Clear?
Because I had someone was saying, what to work like in a so this thing is where
In short, legal secretaries can either be lawyers or in short people that have done law, yes, or they can just be any other type of a person that you have chosen and trained to do the work. Yes. For those that goes as lawyers, for example, one was LLB, then they've decided to go and work for a law firm. Mostly they want to get some experience, how to do some drafts, you know, how to attend court sessions, what happens in court. It's like in short, job on training. In a nutshell, it's like job on training. They want to learn more. They want to put things in practice. They go to CRA, they want to put things in practice. Things that they've been learning at CRA, they want to see them happen in action. Hello? How it goes? Paralegal. Paralegal. Who are paralegals? So in short, paralegals, these are people that assist lawyers in their work. Paralegals assist lawyers in their work. So they take or undertake some of the same work as lawyers, but do not give advice to consumers of legal services. They undertake some of the same work as lawyers, but do not give advice to consumers of legal services. Are we together? They carry some of the duties as lawyers, right? But they will not go to clients out there and begin giving them advice, because they are not trained for that in short. They might mislead clients. Okay? Solicitor. So solicitors work in many different areas of law and offer many different services. Solicitors work in many different areas of law and offer many different services. Solicitors are confidential advisors and will often have direct contact with their clients. Solicitors are confidential advisors and will often have direct contact with their clients, providing expert legal advice and assistance in a range of situations. Solicitors are confidential advisors and will often have direct contact with their clients and providing expert legal advice and assistance in a range of situations. Okay. Examples such as advice in the selling of houses, drawing up wills. I'm sure by now you know what a will is. Huh? We looked at this. Yes, so they'll give you advice. You know, to go about a will. You know, if you want to sell a house, they'll give you advice on how to go about it, how you can draft a contract, etc. And dealing with relationship breakdown, Not those relationships that you may know. Business relationships. Are we together? Not the common relationships that you know, madam. No. Business relationship. Madam Sharon, are we together? Okay. So those business relationships with their commercial transactions. So solicitors will be at liberty to give you advice. Colleagues, this topic has actually come to an end. For now, we should proceed, unless there are questions. But for now, we should proceed to another topic. So before we proceed, are there questions? Otherwise, our next topic is known as Zambian legal system. The Zambian legal system. Excuse me. So if we are done with the Zambian legal system, then we have a day this week to meet, but within that, if we have one, we might just conclude our syllabus. Then the following week, we begin revising. Can I proceed? Thank you. The Zambian legal system. So, Zambia's legal system is based on a dual system. So, like I said, that these two topics, the first one was just all about general or common knowledge. Who is a judge, who is a lawyer, who is a solicitor, what they do, those are things that even someone who has not done law is able to get off. So the same with the Zambian legal system. The Zambian legal system, basically what we shall be looking at things that we have already looked at. The dual legal system, the customary laws, the common laws, those are things that we have done. So in short, we are just revising over things that we have already done. So Zambia's legal system is based on the dual system of customary law and English common law. What do you understand by the term dual? Yes, D-U-A-L. What does it mean? Mr. Ray?
Your legal system is two parallel legal systems.
Two
But
parallel
it-
legal systems. But what do you understand by the term dual itself? Either in the legal sense or
It
in the
means
non-legal sense?
Dual means two.
Very
Two
good. That's where I want us to pick it up from. Thank you so much. So it means the two. Are we together? So it means we have two systems that we use in Zambia. You've seen how I've broken it down? Good. So Zambia's legal system is based on a dual system of customary law and the English common law. So these two systems are called customary law and English common law. Now, customary law. The majority of Zambians still follow customary law, which is specific to each ethnic group. You remember when we were looking at the sources of law, we actually looked at customary law and how it suffices as a source of law. We mentioned to say, provided that a certain group of people have been following a certain rule that they feel has been working very well for them. That suffices to be called customary law or a source of law. It works for them. And so they need for that law to continue working. Are we together? That's what I said. Good. So the majority of Zambians still follow customary law, which is specific to each ethnic group. Local courts handle customary law cases, such as those involving marriage, property, and inheritance. So those cases are dealt with the local court. Are we together? Because, for example, if you have a dispute with your husband, imagine you are in marriage, you have a dispute with your husband. Why should you go to the Supreme Court or the magistrate court as if the state has interest in your marriage, or as the people have interest in marriage? Do we have interest in your marriage? No. Those are matters that you can settle, maybe between the two people, or if you feel then you go to court, but under the local courts. Because the state actually is not interested in what is happening. Unless you tell me there is one who has been killed in Kanyama constituency. You is in Woodlands today. Won't you be affected? You'll be affected. You say, but what if this happened to me? See what I mean? So it suffices to report a criminal case, meaning the people have an interest. The state has an interest in it. So it will go, let's say, the magistrate court or to the High Court or the Supreme Court. It depends. But criminal matters start from the magistrate court. Are we together? Statutory law. So statutory law based on English common law. Statutory law based on English common law. Statutory law is applied in higher courts. Statute law takes precedence over customary law. Statute law takes precedence over customary law, unless the customary law is contrary to written law or natural justice. Are you saying how these things are working? Statute law takes precedence over customary law, unless the customary law is contrary to written law or natural justice. Colleagues, are we together? So, from there we look at the judicial system in Zambia. That includes the following courts. So, which is why I will say, and I'll keep mentioning that we are now more like revising, because these are things that we have done. Okay. So, the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court is the highest court and final court of appeal. The Chief Justice and 8 other judges are appointed by the President. So the President appoints the judges of the what? The Supreme Court. The Chief Justice himself and the others are appointed by the President. Hence, that question, if you remember, do you think our judicial system operates freely, independently from any interference? Then we had mixed what? Feelings or responses to that effect. I'm sure we all know. Yes. So we will not go back to that. But note to say the judges of the Supreme Court are appointed by the President, including the Chief Justice himself or herself. The High Court has unlimited civil and criminal jurisdiction. The High Court has unlimited civil and criminal jurisdiction, as well as appellate jurisdiction over lower courts, meaning it handles any cases. It can handle any cases, civil and criminal. That's what I'm saying. It handles. It has unlimited powers in short or jurisdictions because of that. Then it hears cases that come from the lower courts. For example, the magistrate court. If there is a judgment that has been passed from the magistrate court, and that maybe, for example, the affected person is not happy with the outcome, they are at liberty to appeal to a higher court, which is the High Court. Madam here, are we together? Good. You are the only one who comes here in class. 1, 2, 3. We are late comes. 1, 2, 3. For reasons based on to themselves. Then it's the only man that is always there and saves the interest of other groups. We proceed. Magistrate court. So, the magistrate courts have limited jurisdiction over civil and criminal cases. They have limited jurisdiction over civil and criminal. Okay. So, you cannot take a civil case to the magistrate court. Because we are saying, or we are taught to say, magistrate court, this is where all criminal matters starts from. Is it, madam? We have the small claims court. The small claims court handle minor financial claims, which are less than 20,000 kwacha. You remember we mentioned this, huh? Good. Local courts, they handle cases of customary law and minor criminal matters. Minor criminal matters. Example, for example, you have a civil case or a marital dispute. You've been summoned at the local court. Your spouse goes and you decide not to go there. What have you done? Contempt of court. So those are simple minor cases, for example, criminal cases. Right? It means you are trying to disrespect the what? The court. Right there. Your name again? Eh? Proper part. Proper part. Proper part. So, that's it. Blessing. Means blessing. You are a blessing to this chapter. Okay, we continue. So, the Constitution of Zambia, sorry, we are done on those, right? The local courts, the high courts, the Supreme Court, and by the way, we also have the Constitution of Court, okay? Which, due to lack of a better hierarchy of the court system, I would say, in between the High Court and the Supreme Court. Eh? It's just the court of what? Sorry? Matters of the constitutional breach. Okay. Okay. We proceed then. Or before we proceed, are there questions? So the Constitution of Zambia protects the
Sir,
following
I
rights.
have a question.
Bruce, how are you?
I'm all right, sir. How are you? Ish, network. Hello, sir. Are you able to get me?
Yes, Bruce.
Yes. Where does the fast track court fall under? Is
Very
it
good.
below the local court? Or...
There is a question for it. Where does the fast track court fall under? Fast track court. And in addition to that question, what does the or what matters are handled under the fast track court? Fast track court. Okay, so the fast track court handles cases such as traffic offenses. For example, you are caught without insurance on your vehicle that you are driving, you should be taken to a court called the fast track court. The essence of having a fast track court is to deal with matters in a faster way, in short, hence the term fast track court. Matters that do not have to wait for 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 10 months, 10 years, etc. No. So hence the term itself, fast track court. So where do they fall? So fast track court, these are also criminal cases because the state has interest in those matters. Mr. Bruce, are you there?
Yes, sir. I'm following keenly.
Clear? So they are also matters of criminal in nature because the state has interest in them. Yes.
I don't know if for example, if I cannot be I can actually take my those places, negotiate.
No. Where there is death, you cannot negotiate. There is death, you killed someone. You have to be cleared by the system. And the system comprises of laws. Are we together? You have to be cleared by the system of who? Laws. You will not just sit here and the relative say, no, since I've killed someone using my motor vehicle, and I feel we can negotiate. Then you negotiate and you buy. No. There is death. 1, there is death, and 2, there is a traffic offense that has happened, in which the state has the interest in. Have I clarified that, sir? Good. So, it depends with how that person was killed using your vehicle. Did you intend to bash that person, or it happened accidentally? This is why we're saying the law will take its course. So there was mens rea, or the act is real. The law will determine. You know those things, the criminal law, is it? Good. What are we looking at? This man is trying to do that now. Now, what was the actual thing you were looking at? Huh? Colleagues online, are we together?
Yes, sir.
Oh yeah, so we're saying the Constitution of Zambia protects the following rights. Life, we all know to say we have the right to life, huh? Liberty, the freedom, right? You have the liberty to go to school, to eat, the freedom, provided that your freedom does not hinder the next person. Yes, security of person, but the security and protection of the law. Okay, expression, freedom of assembly, movement, and association, protection of young person from exploitation. So you have the freedom to move. No one will come and restrict your movement. Ah, no, you move the road to can you stay home and relax? That's a freedom. African parents. Yes, they are trying to nurture you. At that time, they have the right to nurture your movements or to restrict your movements. At that time, they are at liberty to do that. Are we together, colleagues? Is Precious here today? Precious,
Yes, sir, I'm here. I've been following.
you've been following.
Yes.
You came in late?
No, sir. I was in class.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. I didn't see you in the video stages. I didn't see you. Only saw Mr. Gary, Mr. Ray, Humphrey, and perhaps Clyde. I doubt I saw Clyde today. So, are there questions for you? Okay, so if there are no questions, a subtopic is on the sources of law in Zambia. So we will not waste time. Like I said, these are just revisions on this topic. We looked at the sources of law. What are the sources of law? Can we name them? One, madam? The Constitution, then two. Mr. Gary, two. Mr. Gary
Penal code.
has gone to sleep. It's like there's so much sleeping under the online class. Huh? Mr.
The
Gary,
penal code, sir.
Mr. Bruce, yes?
The penal code.
The penal code. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Another one. We're looking at the sources of law. Yes? The Bible. Okay. Shalom likes the Bible too much. Okay. No, it's also a source of law. I remember explaining on it after hearing it from her. I said, okay, if she's referring to the Bible as a source of law, remember the Bible under the 10 Commandments. The Bible says, thou shalt not steal. I'm sure that's where we get it from. Thou shalt not steal. Today, if you steal, it becomes what? Theft. The Bible says, thou shalt not steal. Is it? Today, if you steal, you commit a crime of what? Murder. ETC. Okay, another source of law?
Judicial precedents.
Judicial precedent. Okay? Which has a lot of names, such as the fair society. Okay? So matters that have been decided in previous cases and that they have similarity in the current case. Okay, the people in charge are at liberty to go through what happened or the brief facts in those cases and eventually help them in arriving at the current decision. So colleagues, we have come to an end for our discussion for today. The next time we meet, we shall look at Zambian court structure and the jurisdiction. Another repetition of what we have been doing. So it means We shall do the Zambian court structure and jurisdictions with this other topic called rules of statutory interpretation. So for me, I can even suggest that we skip these topics, Zambian court structure, because we have done it. Even now, we are just from looking at it. Or maybe what we can look at this is a case or cases on this. So we are going to look at it because of some cases. So as I show you how cases, move from one court to the other court. So we shall look at the Zambian court structure and jurisdiction because of that. And eventually, we shall go direct to rules of statutory interpretation, and we shall mark it the end of our syllabus. The following week, we begin revising. Are we together? So I'm done. Can we agree, or if there are questions? I can invite 2, 3 questions. There are no questions. Can we agree on which day we can meet next? What's the date today? Monday? Today is Monday. Okay. Okay. Today is Monday. So which day are we suggesting? Thursday. So there's a suggestion for it that we meet on Thursday. What are you saying? Or it's the actual date? What time? In the afternoon. Okay. So Thursday we have class. Then we can have it at 10. 10 is okay? Yes, we can have it at 10 hours. I'll tell you. Okay. All of it. Okay, thank you so much. We meet on Thursday.
I have signed a lot of contracts. I have $20,000 in my money. Oh.
The names. You wanted the names? Madam, let's come. All these are the online. Here?
No, these are.
So this one was online.
This one. This one.
This one, Humphrey, Friday, Humphrey, Ray, Bruce. Yeah, those basically. Gary, Precious. These are online. Madam, let's come. Improve on let's come. Do you want to start doing something from here? Or I can have my breakfast in here? Just in case I'm shy eating in your presence.
These people don't like staying. These people don't like moments. The family. No, you are going to the lab to use Wi-Fi.
To use Wi-Fi?
Yes. That's what going after you to maintain the
Okay. Oh, where is it found? Dr. Maria. Mfate bali kwenye Ah, ndio kwa